Ladies and gentlemen, the show we've all been waiting for, Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present REP Paranormal and Friends with your hosts, Kim Purvis and Allison Robinson. Live every Thursday night on Spreaker, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Be sure to check out their Facebook page, REP Paranormal Busters.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to another night of REP Paranormal and Friends. Tonight, we're going to be discussing kind of our last trip to Malvernmanor, and we do have Steve with us, who was with us. He's Kim's cousin. He invited us to go with them. So, Steve, welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so we're just going to kind of go through and just kind of talk about our experiences and some of the things that we caught. But first, Steve, why don't you kind of tell us some of the stuff that you've caught there before when you went previously?
Yeah, kind of the group that I go with have been there 2 times before, and the second trip we were there, we caught some good audio evidence, as well as some SLS video evidence. So I'll just kind of start with the audio evidence. One of the big ones that we caught was my friend Jody was doing a solo investigation down in Shadowman hallway. And she was just sitting there, dead silent. The rest of us were upstairs investigating, and anybody who's been there knows that when you're in Shadowman hallway, there's not a second story above you to contaminate anything. And as she's sitting there dead silent, we had a clear audio voice come through going, "Help," and then kind of panting. We had another audio when we were with Josh on our tour, where Josh already thought they had heard a voice. Josh was making sure that his phone wasn't on, and I made a comment of like, "Oh, well, it's not my phone's on the charger." And then we have another audio of a voice going, "Nice."
Oh,
that
wow.
was also, I believe, in Shadowman's hallway as well.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And then we got some really good SLS footage in Gracie's room.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, we did.
I wish we could have audio, but
or
I
video.
have video on this, but we don't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we were, it was my friend Vince and I, we were in Gracie's room. I was laying on Gracie's bed. He was sitting in a chair in the doorway with the SLS in the room, when all of a sudden Gracie appeared in her wheelchair. Perfect mapped stick figure in the wheelchair. When that happened, the room smelled awful.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it was a stench like none other.
Yep.
And in the video, I'm not sure how you ladies would like me to put this.
You can put it however you want.
Go whatever.
She was maybe having some fun with herself from what it appears in the video. So, I mean, that went for, I believe, like 6.5 minutes.
Oh.
Just this SLS footage of this stick figure sitting in a wheelchair playing with themselves for 6.5 solid minutes. I actually got out of Gracie's bed and put the millimeter down on the wheelchair during that time, and I can remember that we got a spike of like 62
Holy
on
cow.
the millimeter when it was in the wheelchair. So that was pretty intense too, knowing that you can see this figure in this wheelchair and this device is also responding to it as well. We did put a recorder down there as well. We didn't play the audio for Josh, but we did get like some faint moans as well.
Oh, shit.
No, we didn't tell you guys that, but we did get that. And then we had some SLS footage up in the attic as well, where we had a figure crawl up the stairs and then proceed to punch me in the nuts. So
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah, that
You
was
showed
great. That was a great video. I so wish we had that to be able to do on here, because you guys, oh my gosh, everybody who's listening and stuff right now, oh man, it was funny to see that. Was it Josh who was saying that she was like clicking her mouse or something? Was that what he was calling it?
Yeah.
he was like double clicking the mouse.
Yeah,
Double
yeah.
clicking the mouse for 6 minutes. Yeah. He was like, "Get you some, girl."
Yeah, that was great.
And Josh goes,
I will
well,
say that the smell was just unbearable.
Oh, you can tell when she's in there because it gets rank.
Yeah, and I noticed that this time with you guys too.
Yep.
That smell would be there, and then it would not be there later.
Right.
And then you just keep going. When you would go in the room and it would smell fine, and then you'd go in and it would just.
yep.
This time it kind of smelled like somebody just peed everywhere.
Yeah. There's other times it smelled a lot like crotch rot.
Yeah, no, it did. That's what it smelled like
Yeah.
on that video.
Oh, boy. Gosh. I still start laughing about those videos.
Yeah, we also had an audio from our second visit. I can't remember whose room we were in, and Jody had asked if Shadow Man was going to come out, and we had a response of, "He's out now."
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
That is pretty awesome.
That's just a little bit of what we've captured there. So.
What were some of your personal experiences from this time?
From this go around, just some of the personal experiences. Again, down at Gracie's room, laying in the bed, we've got a person sitting in the wheelchair, Vince running SLS in the doorway, and then my dad standing next to Vince. And it didn't happen in the room, but it was like somebody walked by because they were whistling. But nobody walked by whistling. That was the thing.
Yeah.
We listened to that audio live off of our recorder and had that plain as day. I think we might have played that for you too as well.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Yep.
And just from a past experience of Farrar, being at the Farrar schoolhouse, I'm maybe not the biggest fan when they whistle. It kind of creeps me out a little bit when they do the whistles. We had a lot of REM pod activity up in Captain's room, to the point it was so active that it was getting annoying. Like we were actually telling him to stop using the REM pod and to try to use something else because the REM pod noise was kind of driving us crazy.
Yeah.
And it actually got to the point where my dad took the REM pod out of the room and went down to Inez's room. We had somebody there who was a little bit skeptical, who thought maybe the device was malfunctioning. So my dad said, "Well, I'll just take it to Inez's room then, and I'll show you that it's not malfunctioning." So he took it down there, and it was not active until I got down there.
Yeah.
And we, kind of played the yes/no game with it, and did not indicate that it was Inez's brother. I thought maybe the captain came down because it was going off a little bit, but no indication of captain. But then when we asked if it was a demon, it did set the device off. indicate that it was a demon, to which I said goodbye, and I went down to join you ladies in the hallway.
Yes.
To which Kim explained to me, no, there's no demons.
Right.
They like to do that to make you leave. And
Yep.
I said, well, they succeeded. I'm going to hang out with you for a bit.
Yeah.
They're just trying to scare you to get you to leave.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I think you guys were actually off investigating a part of the manor. Some of us were sitting in, well, we called it the safe room.
Yeah.
Off the kitchen. And once again, we had a whistle that came directly behind three of us, to which we turned around as we thought maybe somebody was sitting behind us and whistling, and we were going to kind of, chastise them for whistling, and, don't creep us out, we're investigating and you're whistling and it throws us off, but nobody was there.
Jeez.
You look at each other and you kind of go, okay, yeah, we all heard that. It just kind of makes, we didn't have a recorder going, of course.
Oh, yeah, go figure. Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
We were trying to cool down and, recharge a little bit, and, that happened. And then, for anybody who listens to this, if they're on my Facebook, we went live on Facebook, Jody and I, just by ourselves, and made our way through the house, and we got a lot of noises in the hallway between Captain and Inez's room. And then we went to room 17, and that's kind of when everything really, started kicking up. We had the millimeter and the ovulus with us.
Mm-hmm.
And the millimeter was just going off the charts all over the place. And then we asked what their name was, and we got a response of Dan.
Oh.
So, yeah. We said, what's your name? And the ovulus says Dan.
Huh.
Jody asked, was this your room? And it responded with possibly.
Huh.
So then Jody proceeded to ask, if this was your room, can you make that millimeter go over 100?
Yeah.
To which our millimeter then went to 118.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
It got up to 160 at one point when we were in the room.
Holy
and
crap.
it would just fluctuate all over the place. It would go down to 7, up to 160, and just all over the board. And then at one point, the ovulus did say devil, to which our millimeter then ended up going to 66.6.
Holy shit.
And then when we were getting ready to kind of call it in the room, because my phone was going to die, the millimeter went to 0.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
No more words in the ovulus. Just straight up, no words, millimeter at 0. And that was it. I mean, and you go, wow, I kind of wish, it'd be great if we could find out who actually stayed in that room at one point to know, was there a Dan that stayed in that room? Was there a Dan that worked there or stayed in the manor at some point? Were we talking to somebody right then and there that stayed there, or is this somebody else just stopped by to see people?
Yeah.
Definitely. Well,
so yeah, that's just a little bit of what we experienced.
Let's see. We got quite a bit.
Yeah.
That we experienced when Jody went with us.
Oh.
We were experienced a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I, of course, had a lot of stuff in the bathtub again. Go figure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to kind of hope you were going to talk about, because you and I had a little experience in there.
Oh, yeah.
It was just me and you.
Oh, yeah. I think I can't remember if I put it on there or not. Oh, yeah, I did. I have audio, because, I'm pretty sure I have audio.
Because I know your K2 was going off, and when you asked if anybody was still with us to change the millimeter, it would go from 0.0 to 3.2 and just right back down to 0.
Yeah, because we
indicate that somebody was still there.
Yeah, I have it on my recorder.
Which number would that one be?
Oh shit, I have to count here.
I did already. She didn't.
I mean, I put them in the order. Let's see here. It'd be 10,
because this
11,
is when
12,
I decided to go leave the fake demon.
14. Yeah. I want to say it might be, how many are on there? 18?
18. Because I go to 9, so you started at 10.
Let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14. Try 16.
Trying 16.
Trying 16 here.
Okay.
Because I think I have it, like, where we ask, and then you hear, like, something, and then Allison, you hear you go, holy shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
I was still pretty wound up from Demon.
Yeah. Let's see, this, I'm not sure, this might be the clip.
Let's play the clip here.
Let's see. Did you get it?
Well, I could hear something.
Let's see.
Go back.
Let me check here. Let me double check it real quick. It's kind of hard to hear, but play it one more time in the speaker here and see if anybody can. It's just kind of hard. There's a lot of, with this older one, I can't get the white noise out of it.
Yeah.
There's a voice there, and what it sounds like it says is yes, but I must have cut it out before you said holy shit, because it went up. But
see, no proof that I swore.
Yeah, no proof.
Yeah, no, I could hear something for sure.
Oh
and
yeah.
I find, like, when we look at review our audio, I do better, like, when we have downloaded it into the computer and have an external speaker.
Oh yeah.
It's like, some people are really good at playing that recorder live and hearing the stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm not. I'm terrible at it, actually. So, like, I know, like, David Milby, when we were live on Facebook, was like, hey, do some burst sessions and listen. And we were listening. He's like, oh, I heard something. And I'm like, oh, I didn't.
Uh-huh.
I need my speaker.
Yeah, I have to listen through my headphones, otherwise I can't hear it.
Yeah, I do it better when I can, control a volume, and I like to listen sometimes too, and if I have to do it on my own with headphones to just black out any other noises going on in the room that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
But there are times, like I said, clear recorder evidence like that whistle, and then,
Uh-huh.
We didn't even talk about, like, the audio that my dad and Dustin got in Shadow Man Hallway either.
Oh,
That we could hear on the recorder. Because Dustin had those, like, pig noises.
Pig noises?
Yeah, it was really weird.
Oh.
It was like a pig noise, and then he kind of described it as, like, something being drugged across the floor.
Oh, yeah?
And then my dad, when he was down there doing a solo investigation, it was like somebody either knocked something over or slammed something on the wall.
Yeah?
And it scared the crap out of him. And he doesn't frighten that easily on these.
Yeah.
And that got him to hightail it back. So that happened, and he pretty much called that hallway quits. He came back, and we could hear that on the recorder plain as day, because he was across the room playing it for somebody, and I was laying on the couch, and I could hear it from the couch. And I was like, what was that? Like, bring that over here.
Yeah.
I could hear that. So that hallway, I mean, for you guys and other people, was just super duper active. I mean, the whole place was active basically from the minute we stepped foot into the building. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Usually I don't get really spooked, but when that doll fell on me, I got spooked. I'm sorry. When
gosh.
Moving doll bothers me.
Yeah. I don't need to do a real life Child's Play. Like.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that doll better be gone when we go back next weekend.
And last time I seen it, the people from the Klondike, they just did a live, and it's still there.
Ah, damn it.
It's still there. They did live last night.
Thought
there.
maybe it got up and walked away.
Well, I got some audio here. Let me get started here. Go back. There we go. This is in the shadow hallway. Me and Jody and Amanda, I think, were in there when all this was going on. This first one, we'll let you listen to it and see what you can hear, and then I'll tell you what it says. It said it a couple times. One was a man and one was like a female. It said it. Did you catch it?
I mean, I heard the voice. I don't know what it said.
Anybody out there in chat hear what it said, or do I need to play it one more time?
Darren, what do you think it says?
I'll play it one more time so they can hear it again. Whoops. Darren says I'll give it a hug and then punt it. I think he's talking about the moving doll.
He is talking about, because I told him I was going to ship that doll to him. There's one of the guys giving us a hard time in chat about the doll, and I said I was going to ship it to him. He's like, I'll give it a hug, then I'll punt it.
Now, what we heard on there, you can hear kind
It's
of
hard to make out.
the guy say, and then you hear it right at the end, they said Rose. And Rosie's the name of the haunted doll.
Yeah.
And this fourth one, we're asking what Rose wants.
Matt says, he goes, I want pizza?
I want pizza. That sounds good, actually. I'm hungry. Okay. It was very faint, but it was there.
Darren says maybe come on, Rose.
That could be. But this last one, you can it's very faint in there, but it does ask for, we ask who it wants, and you can hear Allison's name.
Yeah.
It's very faint in there.
Yeah, I caught that.
And this one is very self-explanatory. Oh. Someone's got an upset stomach, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was some kind of growl type thing.
Yeah, who was with you? Because I know the other Steve had a nice stomach at one point.
Jody and Amanda were with us on this one.
Okay.
And
Darren says it sounds like Allison. No,
that possibly could. I couldn't understand what they were saying after the Allison part.
Yeah,
that could be.
We'll have to still try to figure out how to get it on the computer.
I need to, so I can really go.
Not working right.
This one I think is pretty explanatory. This little section. Do you catch it?
I heard dog.
Yeah, we're trying to get them to play with my Maverick dog, and you can kind of hear Maverick, and then I say Maverick, and then they said dog after that.
And what?
And then they said the dog.
Oh yeah. that was clear, the dog, for sure.
Definitely. Maverick was very faint, and that's when I said, did they say Maverick? And then you hear dog.
Yes.
We wanted them to go pet the dog if they wanted us to leave. You go pet the dog and we'll leave, But they just repeated it.
Yeah. Jody was a big fan of Maverick, so.
Oh, yeah, she was. I know.
I know, because we got him to go off that one time in the shadow hallway, but I didn't get to that part of the audio yet.
Yeah.
But it is on the live feed, I think, that when Maverick went off in the hallway.
I think so. I think it is.
And this next one, it's very quick. Right at the beginning, it will say 2 words. Right at the beginning and right at the end, there's 2 names. Let's see if you can hear them. Did you catch it, Steve? Or was it hard to hear?
It was kind of hard to hear. Can you do it again?
Okay. Okay, here we go. The first word is my nickname. We were telling it to go tell Allison what my nickname was, and it said half pint right at the beginning. And then then the second name kind of sounds like Jason or something with a J. Jace. I couldn't really understand it, but there is a name right after half pint.
Okay, play it again for me then.
I will.
Okay, yeah, half pint was extremely clear. I'm not sure the next name, but yeah, it's like a J or like a G.
Yeah.
Kind of like, how you can say like Jeff.
Yeah, we're really not for sure what the second name was, but the half pint you could hear it clear. But I was telling them to go tell Allison, not me.
Yeah, and they were down in the shadow room, and I was upstairs in Hank's room, and on the Ovilus, Kim's name popped up. And when I told her that, she's like, well, I told them to go tell you my nickname. And I was like, well, your real name came up on the Ovilus.
So it's weird how we're asking the same, things coming up at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I know you guys were up in the attic, and apparently I was kind of wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had the coincidence, too. Like, I guess not even coincidence, it was just, it took us a while to piece it together because I went up there with the other Steve. Because I said, hey, your name's Steve, they might want you.
Yeah, because they just said Steve. They didn't say which one.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And if they would have said Steve A, his last name starts with an A, so that would have qualified him. But we went up there, and, and it was hot, as you two knew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think it was pushing 93 in the attic, and we were asking some questions. We had the Ovilus. They were saying some stuff that didn't make sense. And then I kind of said, are you really wanting me here? If you're not wanting me, who do you want? And we had some words come up that it took me a little bit to put together, and it was chest, something else, and quarters. And I was like, do you want Dustin to come up here? Because Dustin, when he was in Gracie's room by himself, had some pressure on his chest, like somebody was there. And he said, well, here's a quarter, and he put a quarter on Gracie's wheelchair. And why I'm talking about that being significant is, that triggered me to be like, I think you want Dustin, and then I went to talk to you two about, I think it wants Dustin, and you guys had mentioned that you were getting quarters as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
yes.
I asked
And
how much money is sitting here, and then there was $1 sitting there, but it said quarters. It said
Yeah.
money, and then it said quarters.
And you guys had no idea that Dustin had left Gracie
No,
a quarter.
no. And then it said, "Do you want to fuck?"
Yeah.
Right. Which makes you go.
So we figured it had to have been.
Gracie might have been hunting for Dustin.
That could be.
That's what I'm wondering.
We could have had Gracie up there looking for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't want to double click her mouth. So that was another interesting, like, you know, you talked about, hey, go tell Allison my nickname, and then Kim, your name coming up where Allison is.
Yep.
And then we're having, you know, these messages indicate that, you know, somebody was wanting to interact with Dustin, which is also kind of funny because he was the skeptical one, in which Jody was telling spirits throughout the house, you need to interact with Dustin so he believes that you're here. So, you know, you pull it all together, and, you know, Dustin was wanted, I was wanted, you guys were wanted.
Yeah, they kept yelling for you, me and Allison.
Yeah, our names coming through. We've had Jody's name come through there too, and on the Geoport, on our first visit, my name came through on it too.
Wow.
So they definitely will say your name if they know it and feel comfortable with you and want to interact. So it's just quite amazing, you know, when people try to, you know, tell you that, you know, a REM pod's malfunctioning, so they're not really sure if it going off with responsive answers is real. But, you know, I can take it to another room and it won't do a thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that place was definitely, I didn't feel like it was a cat and mouse game that night either.
No.
At least for me.
No, they weren't playing hide and go seek like they did with us at Edinburgh. They were right there with us every step of the way and answering us. And the one I wish we could have got on audio, but I had the headphones in and she was asking questions up in the attic. So you can't hear what was coming across, what I was hearing. But I yelled out. She was playing with the beer cans and the money.
Yeah.
And clear as day came across the headphones. I'm telling Josh, leave them alone. He did not want her to play with his beer cans.
You know what's funny too is when Steve and I went up there after you guys said that it was wanting me up there, I had made a comment about, like, I'm going to go take your beer away, and it said angry. And I was like, oh, will you be angry if I take your beer cans away? Because, you know, I need you to tell me what you're wanting with me, you know, because it's kind of hot.
Yeah.
So I made comments about the beer cans as well, and then the spirit that was up there was not happy about that as well. So, you know, lucky for whoever was up there, none of us took their beer cans away, but I could only imagine what was going to happen if we did.
Oh yeah, I was over there messing with it, and it
come plain as day.
Kept saying beer and everything, and yeah, it was crazy. And then one time we were up there, you know, and Kim has her headphones on. I'm asking questions. I'm on the opposite end. She's up towards the beer cans. I sat back by that fan, and I was asking questions. Well, I'm not a very loud talker, so she can't really hear me.
No, I could not hear anybody.
And all of a sudden, she said, "This sounds like you." She repeated what I said, but she said it sounded like me coming through her headphones. So they were, like, mimicking me. And when we went to Edinburgh, Gina was doing the same thing. She had the headphones on, and twice she heard someone that came through that sounded like Kim. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Edinburgh in itself is just interesting too. I mean,
oh gosh, yeah, it is.
I think my dad, Steve, Vince, and I spent an hour chasing a spirit up and down the hallway in the basement. We decided to go into the room and turn into a white orb and then just shoot across the room and disappear. It's like, come on, man. We spent an hour and didn't even talk to us. But then, we talked about it not being a cat and mouse game, and a lot of the occurrences people write about there when you hear is that place is a cat and mouse game, and I think the first 2 times I was there, it was very much a cat and mouse game, to where you would go into a room, get activity, and then it would be like they left, and we actually were in Hank's room, and we were getting REM pod activity in that room that night, and we were up there probably like 1 o'clock in the morning or so, and the REM pod's going off, and it was just almost like the energy was sucked out of the room. We were just sitting there going like, man, it just feels, super quiet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you hear like voices kind of like coming down the stairwell, like almost as if like they left and were talking about us.
Oh, wow.
And we're sitting there in the dark, and there is a recording of me swearing because I see a shadow figure peek into the room, go back to where it came from, and then shoot across the doorway toward the stairs.
Oh, wow.
And it's the first time I've ever seen a shadow figure at all. And the only time I've seen a shadow figure. And I freaked out. To the point where it actually frightened Jody because I freaked out because, her back was to the doorway as well. But that's been the other, my experiences, so that this last visit with you guys, it was unique to us because we didn't feel like we were chasing anything. I felt more like I would go to the room and, we would investigate and kind of have like a conversation, and, and then, it would kind of die down a little bit, and we would just move on to another room, and, maybe there would be some activity, maybe not. I didn't feel like I was trying to chase something from one area to the other to catch any evidence. It felt like maybe everything was more comfortable with us because, we'd been there 3 times in a 12-month period. I know you guys have been there that, didn't need to play cat and mouse. So for anybody listening who's ever considered going there, you may have that cat and mouse experience. But I kind of think if you keep going back, they get a little bit more comfortable and interact with you more because the evidence that night was incredible. I've gotten evidence there and good evidence there, but I've never felt so worn out at like 1:30 in the morning of an investigation where I'm like, I'm spent. This place is just wearing me out because I don't feel like there's a chance to catch my breath.
I got another audio here. In the captain's room.
Okay. Spoke. I haven't listened to audio in that room yet, so.
This is we're asking if we can change its TV channels, and this is what we got.
Channel 8. Want me to turn Channel 8 for you?
Did you catch that please right at the end?
Yeah. It's actually funny you guys were doing that because when we were in there, I think it was Doug and my dad and Dustin maybe, and it kind of quieted down, and Doug changed the channel on the TV, channel 5, and man, that REM pod just went crazy, and it almost felt like it was angry.
Oh, yeah.
That he did it too, but you guys changed channel 2. I had no idea you guys did that until now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're getting a response too, so maybe you changed it from channel 5 to channel 8, and it was happier.
I don't know.
Joke.
Well, see, we were doing that kind of stuff because when we were there last time with Moth, Jamie and John were up in the captain's room, and they were talking to him, and they had their portal thing going. And Jamie goes over and he's like, I'm gonna change your channel on your TV. And so he was clicking the knob, and he told him, F you. It was clear as day. And I was like, so he must not like people touching his TV, I guess. Gets him riled up.
But this time we got a pleased. He wanted Channel 8.
Yeah, so maybe he likes girls better. I don't know.
Yeah, because Doug turned to Channel 5. He didn't like it. So it's actually funny you talked about that, because a piece of SLS footage that we did not show you or tell you about, when Jody was doing her solo investigation in Shadowman Hallway, we all went up to Captain's room, and we were doing an investigation in there, and then Jody got on our walkie-talkies and said, hey, I'm kind of feeling uncomfortable. I think I'm going to call it quits. And we said, hey, we'll come down. Let's listen to the audio to see what you got. So my dad and I left, because it was just the 5 of us. And so my sister Amanda stayed up there with Vince, and he didn't tell her anything at the time, because she gets a little freaked out when stuff happens. So he just kind of played it safe. But he did get a figure on the SLS camera next to the TV in Captain's room.
Oh, jeez.
So he did not tell her, because he knew that if he told her that was going to end whatever was going on in that room, because she was going to be gone and make him go with.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe that's why she sat in the doorway. When me and Jody and her were down in the shadow hallway, we were running the Spiritus, and we were getting a lot of this stuff. She moved over into the chair and looking straight down the hallway towards the safe room.
Oh.
She was next to us.
Clear path to run.
she was next to us, but then all of a sudden we were getting action, and she kind of moved over to that chair and sat.
Well, see, we were getting action in the bathtub thing, but she was standing pretty close to me while I was in that bathtub.
Yeah, she likes going, but she likes it better when nothing traumatic happens. She would just rather go and maybe have like a knocking noise that happens every now and then.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to see a shadow figure. She doesn't want to hear an actual voice, because she heard the whistle in the safe room.
Yeah.
And I thought she might have peed herself a little bit.
Hey,
that's all right.
We got to give her credit. She at least shows up and investigates. We got to give her that much.
Yep, and that's saying something, because it's creepy and it can be scary, and man, it's a long day sometimes.
Yes, it is. I have to give her credit. She stuck it all out. She's not a runner though. We've had several runners.
Yep. Sure have.
I don't think any of us have run on any investigation yet.
I have
freak out moments. You have?
Oh yeah, the very first time we went to Edinburgh, my cousin and I, she's kind of like me. She has things that, she can see, hear, feel, whatever. She has things that follow her. But we both had the vision when we were doing the walkthrough of the lady in the bathtub. Go figure, another bathtub.
Right.
And so when we went down that hallway, we were already creeped out because of that bathtub. And we turned to go up the stairs. It's the one with where like the pool table is. There's that set of stairs that go up there, and there's that glass window in the door. Well, I went to go open it. Something pulled it back, so I couldn't open it. And an older woman's face popped up in that window. And her and I had my camera, but it was down, so I didn't catch it, and we just took off. We're like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, what did we see? Oh my god! We could not go down that hallway for the longest time. And I've never seen her get scared about anything, but her and I both took off. We were like, oh man, our hearts were racing. It's like, that's the first time I've seen anything like that. Oh my gosh, it freaked me out.
I feel pretty safe in saying I wouldn't have run. I probably would have just peed myself right there and been frozen. I mean, if I would have had some old woman's face pop up, like, I would have just emptied my bladder. I don't even know if I could have moved. Because, I mean, I've been pretty freaked out on some occasions on investigations, and I'm not going to lie, but, you know, none of us have run. I think it's because we're just frozen in fear.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did stick it out, like you said, Kim, and
Yep.
and she goes and she makes it through, and that's all you can ask. Because you know, for people who do this or give it a shot, it is not like the TV shows, man.
Nope.
You can sit there for hours with nothing, but then you know it's like golf. You know, you golf, you stink at it, and then you have that one shot that you go, man, I can do this. You sit there for hours with nothing, and then all of a sudden you get that big loud knock that comes, you know, right by you that you can feel through the floorboards, and you're like, totally worth it.
Yeah.
And that could be the only thing that happens, but
Yeah.
totally worth it.
Definitely.
Yep.
You know, and we've had more, obviously. I've never had an investigation where that was only one thing happened, but we've had some slower investigations where, you know, not a lot goes on, and it's easy to, you know, sit there at 11 o'clock at night and be like, let's just pack it in, but, you know, you got to power through, and
Right.
and then it can open it up.
That's just like the captain's room. We didn't get anything in that room until it was 4 o'clock in the morning when we caught that stuff.
Yeah.
We were in there a couple of times.
Yeah, it was 4 o'clock in the morning.
See, and that room was just crazy active for us during the day.
And see, it wasn't for us.
No, I'd get kind of dizzy walking by that area, but no, we didn't get anything till later. But I think I kind of upset him, is what I was told, because, you know, I had a message to give him from John and Jamie from Ma, so I did that on the live feed, and apparently I kind of pissed him off a little bit.
So that's why he seemed so angry at us when we were up there during the day.
Thank Allison.
Yeah, because, you know, the REM pod goes off and it'll be like beep or like beep beep. I mean, this thing was just going like and you're like, stop. And then it would stop, and then it would just do it again.
Oh gosh.
You're like, why are you so angry? Like it was like an angry REM pod noise, and you know, Dustin was like, I think it's malfunctioning. Like, well, it's a brand new battery. So it ain't the battery, because Velisca sucked our battery dead from June. So we had to change the battery.
Right.
And that's when my dad ended up taking her down to Inez's room. But it just, that REM pod, it felt angry when he was in there with us communicating on that REM pod, and he was not happy. And I've like had hardly any experiences in that room.
Yeah.
Until this investigation, and it was just happened. Like, that man was ready to communicate because he did not care for anybody to be there, it felt like.
Nope, he likes his room to himself.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't scratch anybody or anything like that.
No, that's good.
So he was nice, but he just wasn't. Yeah. And that's why when we were down in Inez's room and it started, you know, picking up, I asked, you know, hey, if this is Captain, make it go off doing the yes/no game, thinking that, like, Captain was, like, so mad at us for staying in his room for so long that he followed us down there to, like, chastise us, and it didn't go off, and that's when I was like, you know, it's a demon going off, and said, okay, we're going to go downstairs now. But, like, that was the feeling I had from that room was, leave me alone, and if you keep staying in here, I'm gonna follow you, because I don't want you in this place now because you didn't leave. And in the past, I've never felt like that in that room. It was always pretty quiet. So.
All right, so we have a question from Darren. This is for all of us. He wants to know, if you can make a device for your investigation, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a good one.
I know, that's what I'm like, I'll have to think about that one, because I'm not sure.
And maybe this exists, Darren, and if it does, that would be sweet. I would love to have an SLS camera that would record audio, but have audio that I could hear live, like in the moment.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that way, if I have a figure mapped out, I can ask questions and then try to see if it's responding to me.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like live. Because I think that'd be cool, because we can't even figure out how to get the audio to work on ours. So
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
We're still working on that one, too. Oh, what would I build? That's a hard one. Darren, you come up with great questions.
I know, he does. I love his questions. I need to, think of these things before and just be like, I know what Darren's going to ask next time. And then have it ready for him. Just like tonight, he's like, guess what time it is? And I said, popcorn time. He's like, no, nacho time. It's like, you changed it up on me. He always says popcorn.
I have to think on that one, Darren.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd want. I'm going to have to think on that. Oh, that's a good one.
I agree with Steve. That would be nice to have an SLS camera where you can listen to it live.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Have everything recorded together.
yeah, that way you don't have to match it up.
Yeah.
Because I think the SLS for me has been the coolest device. I haven't used it, but I'll be behind Vince's shoulder.
Right.
But I think it's the coolest because I can't explain when something shows up. I mean, you're just staring at it, and you're like, I don't see it with my own eyes, but I see it here. I mean,
yeah.
If you guys could totally show that Gracie video, that video, I mean, is one of the coolest things I've ever seen, because it is a clear figure of a person sitting in a wheelchair.
Yep. Yes, it
and
is.
you go, this isn't the whole you're parallel to a door frame. Maybe it's doing that type of debunking. There's nothing. It's just a wheelchair, and then there's this person sitting there for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So when you have that amazing, visual, I would love to have audio go with it.
Yeah, oh man, could you imagine the audio for that one?
Oh, no.
You had Josh floored with just the video. Can you imagine what he would have done if he had audio?
I know. You guys need to make a page and put all your stuff on it, so that way our listeners and stuff could check it out. Because it is great.
Come up with a name.
Yeah, you need to come up.
We've been talking about trying to come up with a name.
Yeah.
And doing stuff. So I'll have to tell Jody, all right, hey, let's do this and get it out there, because it would be fun to be able to have the audio out there for people to listen to, because we wanted to show Josh what we've had, because we think it's cool to show the owner,
oh yeah,
hey,
definitely.
Here's what we're getting here. And we showed him that video, and the man's mouth about hit the floor.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he was like, oh, and we didn't even tell him what she was doing.
No.
Because that was our own interpretation. And we were just like, here it is, tell us what you think. And he was like, is she doing? And we were like,
I know, that was so funny. You did a good impersonation of him.
You had Chris and Josh floored.
Yeah, you did. Definitely. Oh gosh, that was great. That was awesome watching that. And then you getting kicked in the balls.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't feel that at least.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been kicked in the knee before, and it was Moth at a Farrar event.
Oh yeah.
And they had their SLS down in the boiler room.
Yeah.
And I was down that hallway, where they would store the coal.
Uh-huh.
I had my back against the wall, and a figure had mapped again, and they were like, you may feel something. And I was like, am I getting kicked in the right knee? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, can you stop? Like, I can feel that. And my dad's standing there watching. It was the first time we've ever seen an SLS camera in our live in person. And my dad was like, dude, there was like totally something in front of you. I was like, really? I totally feel it, but I want to watch. But yeah, it's not in the video.
Let's see here. Darren says he would love to be able to design a portal to walk through to go into their environment. And then Matt...
Interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting. And then Matt would make a, what is it? Eludium Q36 explosive space modulator? I can't even pronounce this stuff.
Matt, we've got to be able to pronounce it.
It seems to work for Marvin the Martian.
I haven't seen that forever. Oh, let's see here. Darren, do you think that the paranormal field is going in the right direction? And if it needs to be changed, what would you change? That's a good question.
Can I say yes and no?
Yeah.
I think there's some good things going on in the field, and
Yes.
I think more people are opening up their minds to it and getting into it and willing to give it a try. So I think that's a good thing, but with that comes, I'm trying to think of the phrase, like anytime your kids do something dumb, you're like, this is why we can't have nice things.
Mm-hmm.
You maybe have some people who don't do it for the right reasons.
Exactly.
That I think can give the paranormal field a bad name.
Yeah.
People who maybe skew their evidence or embellish their evidence to make it appear something than what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that's a bad thing, but that comes with the territory of a growing field, where more and more people are getting interested. Unfortunately, with more and more people getting into it and wanting to try things, it kind of makes it harder for us to book places. So,
yes, it does. Holy cow.
Definitely. And the part I don't like about a lot of things people do, if TV's been to the places, well, that's when it gets popular and getting more people there. And that's when stuffs are getting destroyed, stolen, because TV was there. They might have touched it. Let's take it, And
right. Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because I love that TV has gone to a few places in Iowa because I think it helps bring good exposure for those places and gets their story out.
Yeah.
But then you just get those idiots that take dolls from Edinburgh,
Right.
Manor.
Yep.
Somebody took something from Malvern, I think, here recently.
Yeah.
Ferrar.
Yep. And they punched a hole in the wall at Edinburgh in the safe house.
Yeah.
No, good Lord.
Yeah.
We need that house because, boy, it's warm on December 30th in that house.
Yeah.
Definitely, but why would you punch a hole in somebody else's property? I can't understand
it pisses me
people.
off big time. Okay, Darren has another question before we start wrapping things up here. And I think we've answered this one before, but I can't remember. But if you had a chance to buy a haunted location, what would it be and why?
Limited to the United States?
Wherever you want.
That makes it so much harder. I can tell you my dad would immediately tell you Dracula's Castle. Like, that's his 100% wants to go to before he dies. So, good luck with that, Dad. Can I say I would go with if it's the location, right? Not house.
Right.
Location.
Just location.
If I could own like a section of like the Salem witch trial area,
ooh,
I would do that because I think that would be one of the coolest places to investigate because you know some crazy crap happened there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And, I mean, if you guys know the haunted towns, people call them up. They should be going there. Because Salem, Massachusetts has to be bananas. I also love Halloween, so, being in Salem, and,
yes,
where all the witch trials happened,
right.
I feel like it's going to be Halloween all year round.
I know, that'd be awesome. That'd be totally awesome, yeah. I want to actually go down to, like, New Orleans and stuff because of all the voodoo and all the stuff that they did, and, like, Louisiana, all that area. Oh, I'd love to go down to those areas. That would be awesome.
That would be. What about you, Kim?
Huh?
What about you, Kim?
There's so many places it's hard to pick.
I know.
I know.
There is so many places on my bucket list.
Some of the castles in France would be really cool, too. I mean, especially if you get out to Versailles, where, you had, Louis the 16th and Marie Antoinette getting beheaded, let alone all of the beheadings that happened there. Like, that would be a fun one, too. But I don't know if I'd want to own it. I do like New Orleans, like you said, though, Allison. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that would be, yeah, I would love to go down there and just go through all the different places and look at everything, because you just know there was a lot of, yeah, that would be awesome. What was it? Darren said he would buy Amityville.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
I don't have to buy a haunted house. I'm pretty sure mine is.
So is Jody's.
Yeah,
you guys are set.
I know. Well, and then then of course my parents' house, which is across the street, that I grew up in.
That's where we go test new equipment when their parents are gone.
Yep.
Oh, that's fun. Where do they live then?
2 houses over from me. Allison lives right next door to me, and then her folks is across the street.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jody lives over in the Waveland area.
Uh-huh.
And her mom lives across the street, so the cemetery that's over there goes right up to her mom's backyard.
Holy cow.
So then Jody's just right across the street. So, and we're pretty sure there's a portal in Jody's house too.
That's what she said. Matt said, with $200, I wonder why.
$200 and 50 clowns. I collect clowns too.
Yeah.
Mom was the collector of dolls.
Yeah, her mom. Yeah. Every time we went shopping, she was buying another porcelain doll. I remember that growing up. And she bought me a lot of clowns too when I was younger.
So everywhere you move, eyes follow you.
Yeah. That's what I used to tell. That's what I used to tell Holly, Kim's cousin. She, when she was little, I told her if she didn't take her naps, that the dolls would gonna get her because they were watching every move she made. So she'd sit there and she'd take a nap. She was scared of those dolls.
I would be too.
All right. Well, we're gonna get things kind of wrapped up here. I'm going to go through our shout-outs here real quick in chat. Let's see here. We had Matt, Darren, Jen B. Oh, Matt says, what the fuck, Kim? We have Darren.
He says we need to have a discussion.
Shay was in the house. Let's see. I'm just going through because we had a lot of people chatting it up here while we were kind of going back and forth. I just don't want to miss anybody. Of course, I was in chat. I think, Wolf was in chat.
I missed Wolf. I was trying to watch
I saw him pop in there. All right. So thank you, everybody that was in chat tonight. Thank you, everybody who was just listening. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Steve, for being on tonight. We had an awesome time with you guys, so thank you for allowing us to join in with you guys. Next weekend, or next Thursday, who do we have?
SERT, Spirit Encounters Research Team.
will be our guest next Thursday, so please join in. Everyone, have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to REP Paranormal and Friends. Be sure to check out Kim and Allison on Facebook at REP Paranormal Busters.